At some point in a pig's life, it will most likely need to be safely moved either to another farm or to a processing facility. When transporting animals, animal welfare is top priority. The humane transport of animals is a joint responsibility of all supply chain partners from production to processing. In Canada, the transport of animals is regulated by the Canadian Food Inspection Agency, and there are regulations in place specific to each animal's species, age, and condition to ensure they are fit to transport. There are several federal authorities that regulate and ensure safe transportation of livestock into, within, and out of Canada. The Health of Animals Act, which includes transportation regulations, and the Safe Food for Canadians Act, enforced by the Canadian Food Inspection Agency. There are also specific regulations in each province. Animals arriving at federal processing plants in Canada are inspected, and any concerns are thoroughly investigated by Canadian Food Inspection Agency inspectors. When transporting animals, many factors need to be considered. Prior to being transported, pigs are assessed to make sure they are fit for transport, loaded in with compatible animals, and provided with appropriate bedding such as straw or wood shavings. Space requirements for animals when on a transportation vehicle are specific to their species and size to allow for sufficient movement while being transported. Additional requirements apply in times of extreme hot or cold weather. There are also maximum time limits that each animal can go without water, feed, or rest to ensure the welfare of the animal. Before picking up their first load of animals, transporters thoroughly inspect their vehicle. They also review and plan for expected weather conditions en route, emergency procedures should problems be encountered, possible offloading sites along the route, expected delays such as road construction, ferries, borders, and unloading hours at the destination. Weather is an important consideration when transporting livestock. Animals are protected during transit to prevent discomfort caused by exposure to severe weather conditions. Adequate airflow throughout the vehicle or container is provided to keep the animals comfortable. During warmer periods, the number of pigs loaded onto trucks is decreased so pigs can remain comfortable. Ideally, transportation is scheduled for early mornings and evenings when it's cooler outside. Some transporters use fans to help keep the animals cool. When it is necessary to stop, transporters minimize the duration of the stop to prevent the buildup of heat in the vehicle and park the vehicle in the shade where possible. In winter's cold temperatures, transporters pay close attention to wind chill. Modifications to the trailer's ventilation are made by placing boards over openings, pigs are given adequate space so that they can move away from cold spots, and bedding is increased as it provides extra insulation. All transportation events cause some level of stress. What transporters look to do is avoid distress. If producers, buyers, assembly point managers, or truck drivers determine that transporting pigs on a specific day would cause the animals unnecessary distress, they will delay transporting them until the weather is more suitable. Being a livestock transport driver is not just a job, it is a highly skilled career that helps to feed Canada and the world. Our industry is fortunate to have great drivers who take this responsibility seriously. Mandatory training to address the specific need of animals in transport is required. Livestock transport drivers transporting swine to federally inspected processing plants receive training in animal welfare through the Transport Quality Assurance Program. This training helps swine transporters and farmers understand how to handle, move, and transport pigs and the potential impacts on pig well-being. Canada's Code of Practice for the Care and Handling of Pigs also has guidelines for handling pigs during loading and unloading. Every farm is different, and because of this, livestock transport drivers work closely with each producer to ensure that they have a customized movement plan that works best for the animals, producer, and driver. After each visit, they evaluate and make changes or improvements as necessary. Livestock transport drivers extensively plan their trips to avoid potentially unsafe weather or traffic congestion that could cause delays, contributing to uncomfortable temperatures in trailers and stress on the animals. Drivers practice other prudent driving behaviors throughout each trip, such as avoiding harsh stops or turns that could result in animal injury, periodically checking on the animals, and avoiding rough road conditions where possible. Livestock transport drivers understand the role they play in helping to prevent the spread of illness and disease within the pork industry. They adhere to strict biosecurity guidelines, which includes not going right into barns, thoroughly cleaning their trailer from top to bottom after each load, and having a clean set of boots and fresh coveralls that are kept in the truck and used when loading and unloading. Those who work in livestock transport know that there is always room for improvement, especially in terms of animal welfare. Whether it be advancements in equipment and truck design, or updated regulations, training, and practices for safe animal transport, the industry is always looking for ways to make the transport of animals even more humane for the animals and safe for everyone involved. Pork producers raise their animals following high standards to ensure a safe, healthy, and high-quality product for Canadian consumers. Animals that are treated well and are protected from stress in transport arrive at their destination in far better condition, which, in turn, results in a higher quality product for the end consumer.